Well, hello.
What's up, everybody? It's Erin.
And Nicole. This is Dude That's Fucked Up, the podcast. The summer series special.
Ooh.
Almost the finale. Kind of the finale. But then we have like another little special we're tacking on at the end, right?
Yeah, we're doing another. So this is, we're giving our final thoughts and feelings of the book we've been reading.
Yeah.
For our summer series in this episode. And then we will have a final cherry on top episode, like a bonus kind of.
A fun surprise, yeah.
To just round out the summer series next week.
It's romance related, but not to the book. It's a one-off, but it's still in the genre. But we just couldn't. The genre. But we couldn't talk about all of this without that.
Yes.
Without giving a little shout out to someone we think is really important to the genre.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't sound very good.
I'm sick, obviously. It's just
not
cool.
Not coronavirus.
No, not just another just lame cold that Jack brings home from preschool every other week. It's the story of my life.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah.
Woof.
It's cool. I guess that's my fucked up of the week.
Oh my God. Yeah. I guess we don't really have any biz, just the same. Go to DTFUpodcast.com. From there you could find our Patreon, you could find our merch, you could find more about us, our YouTube channel, like anything you need is there.
Yep.
Yeah, your fucked up of the week is that you're sick, and man, it is. And Jack was sick earlier this week.
Yeah.
Or late last week.
Yeah, he just,
Always.
Yeah. When hasn't he had, like, anytime he's like not sick, I'm like, oh my God, this is so great.
Yeah.
What a cool time. But yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's just.
It's daycare. It's the daycare of it.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the preschool. Yeah.
Yep. That's what happens when you have small children. They just catch everything and bring it home and infect the whole household. So
when does that end?
God, who's to say? Never.
No, it does.
I think probably like after maybe like first grade or something.
Yeah, their immune system, their little tiny immune systems kind of kick in better, and
yeah.
Oh, well, looking forward to that for you. Oh.
Yeah, in about 3 years should be good to go.
Yikes. Yeah.
Yikes.
Man, that's rough.
It's a 1-star experience, guys.
Preschool?
Yeah, preschool.
Yeah.
Well, it's great when everything's fine, but
right.
All the colds.
Ugh.
Do not recommend.
Oh my gosh. Well, my fucked up of the week is just that I didn't finish I'm going to read it still, but I didn't finish my Mating the Huntress fan fiction, which I'm calling Mating the Huntress Reloaded. But I'm still going to read it, and I think it'll still be fun, and we could talk about where it's going. And then if you have any pitches.
Mating the Huntress bonus content.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mate harder.
Mate harder. Yeah. Mating the Huntress bigger, better, and uncut.
Yeah.
Maybe. We don't know.
Who's to say?
I don't think that was answered in the book. In the novella. But so I didn't finish it because I am because I kept
Did you embarrass yourself?
No. Well, yes. Actually, it was very hard writing. This is an erotic fiction, but I was trying to like work my way up to that, and like,
yeah,
I we'll see when I read it. I'm sure it's going to be really embarrassing, also because I wrote it, but I kept leaning to more funny, and I was like, no, I want it to be like the tone. It can still be funny, but it needs to also be like earnest and like sexy.
Yeah.
So we'll see what you think.
That's what makes it funny.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really, I tried, but also I didn't try that hard because my fucked up thing this week is I discovered the show In Treatment, which is like a show from like the early or like the mid 2000s on HBO.
And then they brought it back.
They brought it back, but I started at the beginning. Each season is like 40 episodes because it's like one like 25-ish minute, like 22-ish minute episode for each day of the week, like Monday through Friday. And the show's amazing if you haven't watched it, but it's just like I'm like addicted to it, right? I have like this weird like thing where I have to see – you're following like individual stories and like I have to see what's going to happen with that person's story, but I don't want to skip everyone else's story because sometimes there's stuff weaved in. And so I'm like
little vignettes that come through. Yeah.
I'm like, so I crushed so many episodes. Pete's out of town and I just got through the first season like last week maybe. And I was like, I need to take a break from this. But then Pete's out of town and I was like, maybe I'll just watch a couple. And then I've just been staying up super late watching them. Yeah. And today I was like, you know what? I have to edit some voiceover stuff. I have to like send some emails. I have to like work on some research and stuff. I'll do that like while I'm in front of the TV drinking my coffee and just like, you know, like maybe I'll watch Anne in Treatment. And then it literally turned into hours of watching it. Whoopsies. Anywho.
Listen, you're on your time right now. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You're not beholden to anybody else's schedule. So it's like.
I'm on In Treatment time.
Yeah.
I'm watching so many. It's so good. And I was like, oh, I'll save it for when we're in Alaska because I won't, you know, like I'm like.
Yeah.
But I didn't. But I am going to cut myself off when I finish this season. I need to be done with it for a long time. Because also Love Island just came back this week. So.
Way more important.
Yeah, I have more important things to watch. And also, but that'll be limited to like an hour a day, which is also good because it's like, you know, once you watch it, it's done.
Yeah. You have to wait for following week. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, following day, it's daily. It's a daily show.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
so, but it's 1 hour a day. That's manageable. Anywho, so we'll get to the fan fiction I wrote. I wrote like a couple paragraphs. It's fun, but maybe I'll try and finish it at some point, or if you have pitches, or if somebody else wants to give some pitches, we can kind of talk about where I was going with it.
Yeah. Maybe you just have full fanfic. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, who's to say? So in our last episode we talked about the conclusion of Mating the Huntress.
Oh my god.
Luke and Chastity finally bang. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty sexy and satisfying.
Yeah. I agree. It was
like
hot.
It's pretty hot.
I mean, like the sex itself was fine. I think the like tension of like what they did the night before and stuff was very fun to me. Like that was what was exciting to me.
Totally. Yeah. And you know, and it's all to say like for me, the thing that I was like, I just like kept wanting more, but it's like you have to remind yourself that this is a novella, so it's got to pack a lot of oomph into a short narrative.
Sure.
And so, you know, it's like it is wraps up very neatly, and you're kind of like, oh, what?
Yeah.
You know, so, but you know, that's just the nature of a novella. So
well, and of this genre of fiction, which is everything has a happy ending, and it did. It was it wrapped up. It had a bow on it. There's no unanswered questions, like in terms of, you know, we don't know how the rest of their life plays out, but like, you know, in terms of they mated each other or whatever, like
they're mated for life.
They're mated for life. Yeah.
So that is, that's the thing, you know, you just have to like be like, oh yeah, okay, like I have to be satisfied with this very satisfying ending. Yeah,
it makes me, the term "mated for life" always reminds me of the Nicki Minaj song "Moment for Life." I wish that I could be this mated for life. You know that one?
Yes. Oh my God.
That's good.
So with all that said, what do we think about this story?
Okay, well, since we haven't read a lot of romance novels, or like recently,
Yeah.
I don't have so much to compare it to. I loved the book in terms of it was a very fun and light read. Like, it was easy in the sense that it moved very fast and you can kind of come in and out of it, pun intended. And the writing was very good in the sense that, like, each chapter I was like, ooh, I was left on like kind of a cliffhanger-y moment and I wanted to keep reading, especially how she broke up some of the like making out scenes and stuff. Like, like we're like getting ready to make out or whatever, or like we're just making out and then there's a new chapter. And so I thought that was really good. And she's so funny and it was such a fun book.
It was a fun read. Yeah.
I'll read more of her books for sure. Talia Hibbert.
I love her voice. Like, the way she writes she like sprinkles a lot of like very silly, fun humor into the book. And, like the internal monologue of the characters is just, that's always like very fun. So I really enjoyed reading the way she wrote the characters and the I think a lot of the back and forth, the banter, the dialogue was good. The dialogue was good. It
felt pretty natural, which is a good I think overall I liked it. I'm gonna read more of her books. I think my only thing, and I haven't read a novella, I don't think so. I don't really have anything to compare it to, but do you know, like, in a TV show or a movie, like what they call exposition, like, which is, for anyone listening who isn't familiar with that, it's like exposition is when the characters have to talk about what's happening to like fill in the audience, and they talk about it instead of showing it because sometimes it's easier. Like, a character will be like, oh yeah, and then we're gonna meet at this diner because it's right next to where we have to kill those people or whatever. Like, and so
I'm seeking revenge for my brother's death from
that woman killed my cat, and I have to seek my revenge. It's so typically you don't want too much of that because you want to see people doing things instead of explaining things. Because it can feel really like jarring and slow
and
sometimes.
unnatural.
Mm-hmm. And so this, I don't know what the like book equivalent is to it, but I did feel like it felt like there was like a lot of exposition because we had to know so much in such a short period of time to get to the sexy stuff. And I think it's probably a symptom of the genre, like shortness
or the novella. Oh yeah.
Like in order for us as readers to have a good experience and like feel satisfied at the end of this in more ways than one, then we need to like get into this. We need to know what's going on. We need to be told this is a family of hunters. He's a werewolf. This is, like, she's not allowed to go. Like, whereas if it was a movie, let's say, we would see them leaving her behind to go on the hunt or whatever. Like
right. And
versus explaining all that.
I also think it was a good move on her part to like explain how they don't have this like deeper knowledge of werewolves because it's been lost because their like family members have been killed off and that knowledge has been lost. I think that was smart. So they're super smart. So
because then when she's asking him about it all to also inform the reader, it feels natural because she doesn't know any of this stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was really good. I really want to read her series, the Chloe Brown series, I think.
Yeah.
I think, and I do think that it is kind of like it's all the symptoms of a novella. Because I think if it was a longer book, you know, the author gets to spend way more time kind of introducing
Developing
you into the story.
things.
Yeah, and it gets to be more of a journey versus like we just needed to find out why these two are having this moment now. Like that's all. So everything feels a little hurried. And so, yeah, I really want to read some of her longer books, and I really want to read the that series about something Chloe Brown.
Get a Life, Chloe Brown.
Get a Life, Chloe Brown. Yeah, the Get a Life series or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that sounds really fun. And then we're learning about this character over the series of multiple books, and so I bet it's like you know, a little bit more of like a journey.
Yeah.
But this was still a very fun read. This is just being nitpicky, you know.
Oh, well, honestly, from an author's perspective, like, not that I'm an author, but like, I imagine that it is probably a very challenging exercise writing this type of story. You know,
I'm sure. Like being so succinct, like
mm-hmm.
knowing that you don't have a lot of room and you have to make decisions to like and all the decisions she made were great. Like it was fun.
And it's fun. It's captivating. It's fast, like fast paced in a great way.
There's a lot of sexy stuff in it for how like short of a book it is. And that's what we wanted, you know?
Yeah. I think we picked the perfect book, honestly.
I think so, yeah. I think it was a perfect summer read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. And I just can't wait to read more.
My only nitpick is when I read sexy stuff, I want to read the description of like body parts more.
That's what I was missing too, but I think
we got no descriptors of like, you know.
Yeah, but she didn't have
dick.
But I know. But she didn't have like pages and pages to I feel like
I know
that was a choice so that we could have a whole book or a whole novella, you know? Because if we're getting into that, like now he's describing how her nipples feel or whatever. It's like, and it takes time. And then it's like, well, now we expect that for every interaction. And that's just adding full ass chapters, you know?
True. Fair
but
enough.
that is my gripe. We do not know what his dick looks like.
Yeah.
And that's pretty upsetting to me. And that's what I tried to write.
Well, I can't wait to hear your take on it.
Okay. Well, before we get into that, I just want to catalog all the vag synonyms she had really quickly because there were so many, and some of them were honestly I was upset by. Okay. Pussy, obviously. Cunt. Great. Her wetness. We talked about this. It is, especially with the Queen's Jubilee.
The Platinum Jubilee.
Her wetness? Is her wetness enjoying the show? Her wetness. Craig David's here.
Oh, did you see they had a hologram of her?
No.
Dude, yeah.
Oh my God. That's my fucked up of the week.
Yeah, for
She's
real.
not even dead yet. Oh my God.
It was like some Haunted Mansion ass shit, you know? Like
I hate that. Like she's teleporting in for the ceremony.
Yeah, but it was like a young version of her. It was weird.
Ew. That's even weirder. Oh,
Totally.
Well, I bet her wetness didn't like that at all.
No.
Okay. Also, her sex, which I always find like offensive. I don't love that. Yeah, it's her sex was also her wetness. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Her mound, I get that. It's a baseball reference though to me, and it pulls me right out. I go, not a fan.
I'm not catching what you're pitching.
Yeah.
You know,
her folds. What, like her bill folds? She's just got little dollar bills tucked away in there or something.
Maybe.
Or like
her flaps.
Her flaps is funny. That wasn't in there.
No.
It was her folds.
That would be rude.
Yeah, that would be rude. But better than folds. I like flaps better than folds.
Folds is like
a jelly roll fold. Like how my stomach folds.
It's like
over.
very baker. It's a baker term, like to me.
Oh, like folded in?
Yeah.
You just have to fold in the cheese. What does that mean? I don't know, David.
Just fold in the cheese.
Yeah. You just fold it in. Her entrance.
She a house?
It should be her front entrance, right? Because she has a back entrance, technically.
True. Yeah.
I do like the term "her gorgeous."
I like that too.
Yeah,
That's
I like
fun.
it. I'm gonna start calling mine "my gorgeous."
Hello, my gorgeous.
Oh my God, who is extra gorgeous today? My gorgeous. Okay, and then her slick heat.
That could be like a 70s band. Like, you know.
Oh my God, it's the Strokes featuring her slick heat.
Yeah.
In a song called Her Wetness.
That's like my Riot Girl band name.
Slick Heat.
Slick Heat, yeah.
I would maybe even take a note from Hot Hot Heat and be Slick Slick Heat or Slick Hot Heat or Hot Slick Heat.
Just Slick Heat.
Oh, yeah, just keep it simple.
Just keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Were there any words that you were hoping you would have seen in there but you didn't?
I like, I want like a dirty word, like that's not a dirty word, like slit or yeah,
Yeah.
like I want dirty, but this is not that. This is not that kind of a
This was
story.
more like romantic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But cunt
the
isn't.
slits. Let's talk about it. Riot Girl band.
The Slits. Ooh, that's good.
Yeah. No, it is. It's the name of a band.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Cool.
They have a great cover of "Heard It Through the Grapevine."
Ooh, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought, well, just having not read like a romance novel very many times in my life and not in a long time, I was expecting there to be more flowery terms.
Sure.
Like her rose or like her daffodil.
Petals.
Yeah. Her paddles.
Petals.
Oh, it's like her canoe.
The man in the canoe.
Yeah, the man in the canoe. Her paddleboard. Her her pool noodle. No, that would be his pool noodle probably. Yeah,
it's just too awkward.
Too awkward. Anyway, yeah, I thought she used a lot of words and they were funny and like folds and something like the wetness over the. There was like parts where he was like rubbing the wetness over the folds and I was just like, ugh.
Yeah,
I don't like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was more just funny.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. And then I did want to know if you had any thoughts like on who you might cast if they made this a movie, because I do think, and this also gave me a business idea, because reading this novella, all I could think was Netflix should have a genre, or like Hulu or whatever, that is a digital production company that just turns novellas into films like this, like
a Hallmark kind of
but
vibe.
Like porn, but
sure,
not like actual porn, like they don't have to be fucking, but like they don't have to actually be fucking, but it's like sexy and we see them, quote unquote having sex a lot.
Yes.
And like that's the film, and it's like porn for women who don't want to see like close-ups on openings and orifices,
Yeah.
So I wanted to know who you would cast. Who would you cast for Chastity?
I'm thinking like a Gugu Mbatha Raw. You know her.
What's she?
She's in.
Oh yes.
Yeah, she's like very beautiful, and she's British, and like
she's a bit older, but she looks young.
Yeah.
Because Chastity's so, like early 20s, right?
Yeah, she has like like a younger kind of vibe. She's our age. She's
she's redacted.
She's redacted. So I think like she would be good, but then like I don't know, maybe like I don't know. What about you? What do you think?
Well, my first instinct was Zendaya.
Of course.
Because she's young and like
that's true.
Of that age group, and she has big curly hair. Then my second thought was maybe like Chloe Bailey.
Oh.
That's the older one, right? Not the Disney princess one?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I feel like she could play, because I was just thinking like who would be a great huntress, and I feel like, she's Beyonce's protege. So she's going to have the acting chops. She's going to have the like diva chops, and so I feel like she could be really good in that role. I had a hard time thinking about who I would cast as the dude, and I think it's because of the beard.
Yeah.
A lot of men in their early 20s can't grow a full beard.
Yeah.
So I think that would have to cast older. And I wasn't... I just wasn't sure. I mean, obviously we all
This is tougher. This is tougher for me because it's
the Luke. Casting Luke. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't know.
My initial thought was like Michael B. Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
He's very sexy. People's sexiest man.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know about the beard situation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what his beard situation is. So then I was thinking like, who do I know with a beard? And I was thinking of John David Washington.
God, he's
so
gorgeous.
Who's gorgeous. Denzel Washington's son has an amazing beard.
I just think like it needs to be somebody younger though.
I know he's too old. Yeah, I know. Yeah. But then I just couldn't. Yeah, I was just like stuck on the beard thing. So, and that's just because you don't see a lot of young actors with beards. Like, your early 20s. I mean, I don't think most. I don't know, but I feel like most men can't really grow a full beard in their early 20s. It takes a while to kick in, right?
I feel like that's like if you're gonna be fresh faced, like they don't want you to have a beard in your like early 20s,
Yeah. But yeah,
maybe like a Hemsworth. I don't know.
Yeah, or you just have to find. Basically, we need to find. Do you watch The Boys on Amazon?
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to find the guy who plays the butcher, but like younger, who I think is also Australian. They grow him hairy down there is I think what we're finding. This is the thing. It's like lumberjack werewolf vibes,
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
So, but he also needs to be ripped, and I feel like
it needs to be the TikTok guy, that lumberjack guy that just splits logs. That's like super hot. Have you?
Oh,
he's like a famous.
That's all
TikToker.
He does on there.
Oh
wow.
It's I'll send you some choice clips.
All right. Oh, can't wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it would be hard to cast, and then also they'd have to be on board with the content of it. But nothing's really that racy to me.
No, I mean, it's like standard sex.
Yeah, it's all pretty PG. Like they could make it PG-13.
Yeah, for sure.
It would take the like more of the fun out of it, but that's why I want to develop this Netflix production company that like makes things that are a little like Skinamax or whatever in our. Well, that was maybe too much, but like Bridgerton.
Yeah. They're not showing like.
Speaking of the guy from Bridgerton, from the first season.
Yeah.
He needs a job because he wasn't in the second season.
Yeah, Reggae Jean.
Yeah. Oh my god. Wow. All right.
Let's hear your fanfic.
Okay. It's very short.
I know you've been putting it off.
Yeah, I'm putting it off. Okay. This is called Mating the Huntress Reloaded. Oh, it's more than I thought. And it continues. Just we're continuing right after the last chapter.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed already. Okay. You hungry? Luke smirked as he brushed one of Chastity's curls off of her brow. Starving. Ravenous even. I think I could actually eat a Luke special, she purred. Of course she meant 6 ham and cheese croissants, like he'd been ordering from the bakery each day. But how would Luke know that? A Luke special, he thought, his body tensed up. He felt his cheeks blush and the hair stand up on the back of his neck. He knew that his love for Chastity was pure, but he could be excited to get a blowjob, right? That was allowed? Luke felt his inner beast roar with excitement. He felt lightheaded. Was that the postcoital hunger? Nope, it was the blood rushing to his cock. It stiffened. It stiffened, not to full mast, but just enough to tighten the sheet over his lap. Could Chastity see his budding erection? Would she want to? Chastity noticed the sheet tighten over Luke's hips. She probably wouldn't have, but it tightened so much that it tugged at the top of the sheet, creating a gap. She realized she hadn't yet taken a good look at his penis. She'd seen it, of course, but it was just a glance, and it was backlit by the autumnal November sun shining in through the curtains. It was almost as if she'd caught it in the wilderness, like a wild yeti, thick and strong, traipsing through a woody area. She wanted a better look at it. After all, she was mated to his cock for life.
Oh my God.
Okay. Chastity realized... Okay. You ready?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chastity realized she'd been staring at Luke's crotch for several minutes. In that time, he just stared back at her. What was he waiting for? He moved his hips a little, offering her his bulging package. She giggled, but not out loud as to not embarrass him. She giggled in her heart. Oh, she thought. Werewolf or not, when someone with a penis wanted you to touch it, they thrusted it towards you, even if ever so slightly. He's really horny, she thought. Maybe that's what he meant by hungry. Either way, she saw this as her chance. Chastity smiled at Luke as she angled toward him, putting a hand on his chest and kissing the very corner of his mouth. He reached out for her, but she was quick. She pushed both of his arms down with force. She gave him a side eye as if to say, not yet, and he melted. He went limp. Of course, not all of him went limp. Chastity kissed Luke's chest, nibbling his nipple playfully. He squirmed with excitement. She bit harder as the second warning, looked up at him and smiled. He almost couldn't contain his excitement. Chastity arrived at his dick. He was saluting her at full mast now. The sheet rippled as her hot breath neared his cock, and she caught a glimpse. Below the sheet, Luke's penis was embroiled in a mountain of matted pubes. Okay, that's where I stopped. The next words are like the mange of a feral wolf.
Yeah.
But then that's where I left off. So anyway, you can see. I was just going to be like he had a lot of pubes. Yeah, I couldn't make, I would have, had I more time, I probably would have course corrected because I got too weird and funny and I had to stop and, I kept having to edit and be like, no, Nicole, you can do this. But then I got to that part and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to say that he has fucking so many pubes and it's like fur. It's like wolf fur God. Down there. It's not even hair, not even pube hair. So
that's incredible. Bravo.
Thanks. Apologies for not finishing it, but I had to watch it in treatment. So.
Oh, so funny. Well,
all right. Well,
there you have it.
Yeah, maybe someone will finish that for me. Let's hear about his dick.
Yeah,
that's all I wanted to hear. And then I couldn't decide, because I wanted, I'm sure a romance novel, it's supposed to be perfect and all this stuff. But then all I could think of was that it's definitely a chode. But then we would have learned that by now because she fucked him. Yeah. So
I'm interested.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to know. These are things that are important to me in a novel.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
it was so much fun. What a fun experience. I loved doing a book club and I hope to do more stuff like this because
this was a fun little departure for us and allowed us to take a little break. So we hope you guys enjoyed it too and enjoyed the book and Yeah, it was really fun. So let us know what you think about this and
on social medias.
Yeah, and let's do it again.
Let's do it again. Yeah, fun.
Yeah. Well, all right. So I think that's it for this week, but we will have one more romance novel themed episode coming up, and then after next week we'll go back to talking about God knows what cult or
oh my God, maybe a romance novel cult.
And
our next episode is more like a regular episode.
Yeah,
it's more
totally
researchy and stuff.
Yeah.
All right,
guys. Well, follow us on social media if you aren't already at DTFU Podcast everywhere. Go to our website at DTFUpodcast.com. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
So listen up. Stay excellent to yourselves.
And each other. Okay.
And bye-bye.
Bye.
Cock.